Take a cruise, you said. See the world, you said. Now here we are, stuck in this goddamn podcast. Well, it could be worse. We could be stuck in the audience. Hello, we are back for the final week of Movies for Babies Month. It's Muppet's Treasure Island on this week's episode of...
Well, we'll just tell your mother that we ate it all.
Okay, Jamie hit record just as you said why we were upset. Rose farted, and me and Jamie are very upset we didn't get it on mic.
Yeah.
It was a very comic fart. It had the cadence and tone of a comedy fart.
My fingers were hovering above the record button as well.
And it was like as we were like, fuck, have we started yet? Oh, man.
And then it fucking blasted up. It was pretty funny.
Man. Speaking of blasting off, I got nothing. Something about cum, I guess.
I assumed you were just going to say you'd been jerking off a bunch or something.
No.
Things have changed.
Yeah.
We're in a post stand-up world. It's back. Both of you have performed since we've last podcast.
I did the first gig back in Sydney, baby.
Yeah, I've done 2 gigs. I did the second and fourth gig back in Sydney. So I guess that's 2-1, Rose. Guess that's 2-1, dude.
Yeah, I was just terrified.
It's good that your terribly mentally unhealthy attitude to comedy has come back just as quick as the rooms.
Woo!
It's a competition.
Other people's successes are my failures.
No one else is playing.
Oh man, I won't say who it was, but friend of the pod, this was a few weeks ago. We were like smoking weed, hanging out. It wasn't. It wasn't Charlie. It wasn't. Charlie wouldn't have a point like this. Smoking weed, hanging out. And I thought we were like having a good time, and then there was like a beat, and then he just goes like, "Hey, it's just like it's cool and stuff, but like you get that other people's successes aren't your failures, right?" It was pretty brutal.
I reckon I could pick who that was.
Yeah. I'll tell you later. It doesn't matter, but I just don't want to it was a private conversation.
Yeah.
Were you funny. In the middle of one of your famous rants about
Well, that's the thing.
Things?
I didn't think I was. I didn't realize I was, but apparently I'd done several over the night.
What were you saying?
I can't remember. It was like I wasn't doing one at the moment he said it. I had been on...
So you're like losing time now.
Whoa, I've always been losing time.
Your eyes roll into the back of your head, then it's like 3 a.m, you're nude outside in a field somewhere.
Like
holding a gun covered in blood. And
take out nude in a field and make it Charlie McCann's couch. It's like, yeah. I lose hours, dude.
If that was somewhere and then I just happened to be walking past and saw what you just described, I know that you'd still just look at me and go, hey.
Hey, what's up? Oh yeah, I got something on.
Now it'd be like
I'm busy.
Now it'd be like, whoa, what gigs are you doing? I'm doing 2. And you just have to. You don't just have to show up. I mean, you do.
Yeah, I was not booked. No, I got booked for my first gig back today.
That's great.
Yeah. Do you want to know what it was? It's emceeing this open mic that I keep coming back to.
Yeah. And when you say booked, did you go up to him and be like, "Please let me on"?
I think my exact wording was, "Please let me on. You don't have to play me." And, I'm doing it.
I was on second at this gig, so it's like MC,
So you were
another
the
actor
second,
than me.
Yeah, third person in Sydney.
Yeah, which was fun.
Yeah.
I think Australia.
Yeah, maybe.
Nah, Perth.
Did they go back
also,
first?
people were doing Ched stuff before.
Almost certainly Northern Territory did something as well.
I don't think they have.
Maybe.
They would.
Yeah, right.
Like everywhere has comedy.
But what I was terrified of was just like, I do not want to be the first person in Sydney to bomb.
Yeah.
Because someone was. Presumably at the gig that you were at. I don't know.
Oh, no one bombed
No one bombed at this gig. There were 3 people that had pretty average sets, but...
No.
I'll absolutely name them after this, but...
Oh, yeah, we are. I mean, yeah, after this, absolutely. Yeah, please. I think I just have to look back through a group chat history to remind myself who you told us immediately.
I probably already said, yeah.
Did anyone bomb at Crown?
Wasn't there like 30 people? Someone had to.
The first night...
Yeah, but it's pretty supportive because it was all comics back.
The first night, there were 40 people, not 30. Did anyone? Yeah, most. Everyone almost, I would say. Everyone except a handful of people.
So it's good to know.
Myself, I actually I had a great first
things
set back.
don't change.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, not at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a great first spot back. I had a real good time. I riffed out a bit of crowd work for a couple minutes. Crushed. It was great.
I think a couple of the sets would have been considered a bomb at like a big night.
Yeah, right. Well, that's not the game we play though.
Yeah.
Those aren't the dice we
The
roll.
goalposts have already moved as well because that show that you did was doing dinner and a show ticket combinations.
They still are.
Yeah, but it's unnecessary now, right?
Yeah, but I think it's
People
just
can sell tickets however they want.
I think it's just that the bar will make more money that way.
Hmm.
So that's what they're doing for the time being.
Yeah.
It's also a small bar, so like the restrictions still kind of stand in some way, even though like all the comics were just standing in the hallway
Yeah,
like
I didn't
usual.
even.
Like there
I
was
didn't even
nothing.
know that place did food.
This was
Yeah.
ages and ages ago, but
I like the
I had a
place, though.
daytime date in that bar once.
Really?
A daytime date, an unusual move for the big dog.
I've been on daytime dates.
Makes more sense for you.
Yeah.
You'd be like, please, can I get to know you, Person Week?
I love you.
That was more accurate than yours.
Oh, I was doing subtext.
Yeah. This is Rose in a
Yeah,
group.
we were saying the same
Yeah.
sentence. Just
Let me do.
subtext and
Let me
text.
do. Let me do Rose in a group chat after like one good date.
Yeah.
I think I'm in love.
Hi, I'm Woes. I think I'm in love.
I'll cop to that.
Yeah, you should.
I'm a modern day romantic.
Yeah, absolutely. I respect it.
Hey, I've got a funny story.
I got
for
married. I told the girl I loved her in front of all my friends. It was so gay.
Yeah, and she didn't.
I didn't know if that was okay to
she said
say.
she loved your cat.
Whatever. Look.
Daddy Cats over here.
Yeah, why not?
Dr.
Absolutely.
Dr. Katz.
I have a story for a change.
Yeah,
Yeah.
go for it.
I was at the pub, the Glengarry, on Friday with a friend, and
Love that.
If you ever get a stalker, it's going to be so easy for them to find you.
say what?
Just because we talk about being, like, we spend a lot of time at the Glengarry and we mention it a lot. Like,
I
if
I
you
think
were a
we've
stalker-
also mentioned like you could triangulate all our houses.
Also, we
Yeah.
plug our comedy dates. at
Except
the
you've
end
just
of-
moved, so
Yeah,
That's
I
true.
moved to get away from the attention.
you
that
also
this podcast
moved,
has
not
brought.
far from
I
where you
moved
were, but
30
you did
meters
move.
down the road.
Hastings moved to get closer to the podcast attention.
Yeah.
He was mapping it out on the wall.
Guys, this is where I'm moving to. Actually, if anyone wants to come
Yeah.
ring my doorbell,
Let me
harass me.
triangulate my signal.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, yeah, but also it's all moot because we tell people where we are, like, on purpose.
What
all
if
the
it-
time.
Yeah, like,
for
come and
comedy.
watch us
yeah.
do
What if
comedy.
instead of it's
We're
all
attempting to be public figures.
Look, you've got a hair, and it's just annoying the shit out of me. So I just like I've got to.
You can do it, but I get to say one thing now that you've done it.
Okay.
I wouldn't have let you do that before, when you're a man.
right.
too intimate. What if instead of it's
Let's
all
go, dude.
Absolutely fucking not.
Yeah, but now you're
Yeah,
like,
I'll let any chick touch my fucking face, dude. Anyone.
oh yeah, COVID be damned.
I know. Yeah.
What if
Oh,
instead?
man.
What if instead of it's all moot, it's all moot? You say.
Yeah, dude.
And that's just how the guy pronounced it.
Yeah,
He's just read
dude.
it like that.
Yeah.
Forever
I reckon
and
I'd be like,
ever.
oh
It's
yeah,
just
hang on.
Jamie, you're making a moot point.
yeah, man.
I reckon we-
no, look, this is all moot.
I reckon we can throw him under the bus here.
Nah.
yes.
No, we can.
Okay.
Look, I think you might have been here for this. You maybe were. It was back in the days of like hanging out the back of Mug and Kettle.
Oh, I'm fine with any story from back then.
And
It
Interesting.
was a different man.
and I'm sure we've mentioned him on the podcast before. He's never been on, but like Dan Muggleton
Oh yeah.
was
Old mate.
there, and we were talking about Blink-182 as we do.
Yeah.
And somebody mentioned the song "Mutt,"
Oh yeah, I remember this.
and he because Dan back then used to do that thing where he's like, "I've never been wrong." Like
Not on stage. That's not an on-stage
No,
bit.
no.
That's a real-life statement.
genuinely claimed that he'd never been wrong.
Sorry, before you start the story, if you don't know Dan Muggleton, if you've never looked at his work, go watch, just type him into YouTube. Honestly, great comic, good friend of ours. We will get him on the pod someday. Does come highly recommended. But I do think you'll get more out of this story if you understand what
And you'll also get more out of it if you go and hear how stunningly accurate my impression of him is.
Yeah.
But
He's a frustrating man at times with his attitude towards himself.
I was gonna say
He owns that
You'd
completely.
been too nice for too long.
I
No, I love that.
feel like
it's-
you didn't need to
Yeah,
go into that
right.
then.
No,
But
no,
anyway,
I'm just saying, like, the point of the story is, like, he thinks he's right all the time, and he's not ashamed of that. He admits that
yeah, which is
constantly.
the thing. So like somebody had mentioned the song "Mutt," and he's like, "No, it's Mutt." And
Yeah.
it was so good to like finally like there was a way that people proved that it was Mutt.
We
and it
looked
was
up
so good to
pronunciations.
just like finally watch the moment where he just like had to accept
Did
that
he
he was
concede
wrong.
though, or did he just leave?
Yeah,
the
he
venue?
had to.
He had
crushed
to.
him.
It was actually
You
insane.
were there, weren't
Yeah,
you?
I was there. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. He like had to be like, this has never happened before. I guess I'm wrong. And the cheer that went up.
It was like watching him.
What
like,
a thing to be wrong about.
I know.
Like for the first time.
That was like it was also like me
was
and
like
Rose,
watching him
and there was
come too
someone else
early.
there, but me and Rose in particular.
There was a whole bunch of us.
But I remember specifically you and me being there. It's like we know Blink-182 better than Muggleton. I think it's pretty safe to say. Like we're probably not the people to argue with about it necessarily.
But anyway, that was a side story to this other story I was going to tell. I was like,
You're at the Glengarry.
I was at the Glengarry. I've been living there. Like, it's great. And I went to go to
I've
the
been
bar.
living at Unit 30.
Don't do fucking Jared McGowan list your whole address on the pod. But I had to go to the bathroom, and of all the like, because I wasn't wearing a skirt, I was just wearing jeans or whatever. Like I looked like a Newtown lesbian, but also my face looks like a man. And like of the many things that I get self-conscious about when I have to go in the women's bathrooms, a huge one is my voice.
Yeah.
And I was in there.
Well, because you sing when you poo.
yeah. But
Didn't mean to deceive you. Women's bathroom. The good intentions that I had, and now only came to this. And although you saw the cock, my pussy's next.
That's funny. That's the automatic song. For some reason, as soon as I said that she's singing, I don't know why immediately in my head the image was never had to knock on wood. Just in a cubicle alone.
honestly,
So funny.
that
Right.
the chances of it being that are higher than it being your one, I think. But I was in
Oh,
there.
it's good to laugh again.
I was in there. I was pissing. I couldn't be bothered sitting down, so I lifted the seat up and I was just pissing standing up in the women's bathroom. And so, like, you can hear me pissing. And I was the only person in there. There's only two stalls in there. And then you hear the door open. And, like, I never saw this woman, but, like, she
But you loved her.
No. She sounded like she was probably, like, middle-aged. Maybe kind of, like, maybe a Karen-ish kind of haircut.
Okay. I know the tone of voice you're describing.
And then, but then asks the question, is there a phone ringing in your area? Which is the... Presumably.
So she lost her phone.
Yeah, which is obviously what happened. She'd lost the phone and was calling it and like wondered if I could see it. But it was the dumbest way to fucking ask it. Like it sounded like a fucking... Like, I'm sure I'm going to have to do this as a bit one day. Because like, it sounded like a fucking infomercial or something. Like, is there a phone ringing in your area? But... because I'm so self-conscious about my voice and I'm the only one in there and she could hear me pissing, I'm like, I've got to respond.
Yeah.
So I just responded by going, no!
Just a minute.
You just sent the trans movement back 10 years.
I know.
You just sent them...
And I don't know why, like a kind of British affectation came out. No,
Yeah.
can't see a phone in here.
Yeah. That's so funny.
But then there's like a 3-second pause and she just goes, okay, and then like rushes out.
Yeah, because she was like, "Why is Mrs. Doubtfire in here?"
Yeah, wait, is that a man in there? It's like, it's complicated. Yeah, that sucks, dude. That rules.
What's the most feminine you think you could make yourself sound like?
Whenever I try...
Because it's all like affect, right? You just
Yeah.
learn to be
Well, that's my thing is I've never really bothered to try and do the train yourself to have the higher voice. So I couldn't
It's like
even...
more a natural tone, right? Normally.
Yeah,
It's
so
like
I
you
couldn't
raise the
even...
pitch, but...
Yeah, I couldn't even put the trans voice on, which is why I just had to go, no!
So could you do a trans? Do trans
whenever I have to do a girl... Whenever I have to...
I give you permission to
Whenever
do trans
I
voice
have-
on the pod.
And I just do like black voice.
Oh, not now.
Well, black trans lives matter. They
do.
Yeah, I know. I like to tweet. That's all I need to do. What was I saying before I got
What's your
racist?
feminine?
He was
Oh, yeah,
trying
right.
to get you to do femme
Hi,
voice.
so my go-to, if I'm being funny, is like Hyacinth Bouquet from Keeping
Yeah.
Up Appearances. So that's like, hello, I'm Rose Piper. I'm trying to take a poo right now.
Damn, it's like
I was-
there's two of you.
Have you ever been close to tragedy?
Never had to knock on wood.
I've run out of paper.
Yeah.
I was not cheating, I was
you want me
pissing.
You want me to try and
I want you
naturally
to try and pitch up your voice
without changing the
Well, do
tone?
you know how you have to do it? Apparently, is like this is a very, very basic way of like explaining it. But essentially, what you do is you start talking like in that like Mickey Mouse voice like that, and go like, "Oh, how you going like that?" And then you slowly try and push it, and then you have to talk like that and like push it out of your head down into your chest, and then eventually that just kind of becomes
just
the
an
default way that
army
you
of
talk.
trans people who say "ha
Yeah.
after everything.
I've been thinking about this lately. Before I will do that in a
But
second.
they've
No
like,
phones
but
ringing
now
in
they've
my
got,
area.
but now they've just got like a feminine register that they've trained themselves, but they can't untrain themselves to say "ha ha."
Yeah, you still
Yeah.
have.
It's like how you got to start.
But also, you still have to start every sentence by doing it. So
Yeah.
and then actual trans
Yeah.
voice.
Flat white, please.
Well, it's like you know you need your key phrase to get into an impression and stuff.
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
you're doing like an Irish thing. You're or you start with a
Up with
noise.
My
or
Dan
up.
Muggleton, white guy.
Yeah.
Bernie Sanders just going, "Oh."
Yeah, that's exactly what that is. But no, I was thinking about the haha thing. I was thinking like since I think maybe I don't know when it happened. Maybe I think Heath Ledger's Joker might have something to do with it. But shorthand for crazy person in fiction or in like a movie or cartoon or voice thing is when they laugh, they have and they go ha ha. They emphasize the second syllable.
Yeah, the upward inflection.
It's very
Yeah, okay.
yeah.
I'm with you.
It's very like Joker-esque. But you hear it a lot. Like you see it in cartoons a lot. It's a good like cartoon one. Anyway, that was my actual observation I made. Now I'll do a funny voice. So
I wanna see.
should I do the Mickey Mouse?
Well, I wasn't saying that it has to be funny. Like, let's not make fun of our trans
Friend
allies.
Andrew
yeah, I was
Hastings.
just saying, can you pitch your voice up?
Okay, I'll try.
I think he just wanted to hear you do. Ha
I'm Rose. That's like earnest attempt.
yeah, but- really?
Yeah.
But that's still
to
going.
not change tone is really
but
hard.
that's also
It's
going.
hard
like,
to get it out of your head.
You'd be like,
I had like one afternoon
When
where
you'd
I
be
tried it alone in my apartment and felt more self-conscious than if I was doing 10 minutes of new naked in front of like...
yeah.
I want to try now.
Hello, I'm Andrew Hastings. I'm going to just pitch it down a little bit, but now maybe.
It's still in your head.
Yeah,
now.
but
Why am
that's
I
the-
British?
You
But
can hear-
it's
you can
and
hear
yeah,
it's coming
British
out of your
and
head.
Mickey. So wouldn't you
It's
just?
so hard not to Britishize it
But
when you
wouldn't
do
you
the
more be-
high pitch thing.
Yeah, because now I'm gonna fucking British that.
Well, you're even from there.
Dude,
But
just
when
make
you-
it like Dutch. Do a
I'm-
Dutch
I'm
accent
just-
when you do it.
I'm just trying to like pitch up without going.
There's no phones ringing in my
I
area.
was like,
Yeah.
I don't know what that was more Irish.
"Hi, I'm Rose."
That
was
like,
better than
could
his effort.
be
Yeah.
worse,
I
yeah.
was like, "Hi, it's nice to meet you. Flat white, please."
I
Never
can
had
make-
to know.
I can- I-
but it's
What are
quiet.
you doing later?
Yeah, I could whisper. I could probably whisper because I go, yeah, I'd like one skinny cap.
Keep talking to me like
please."
that, girl.
I would. Yeah, it's like that's easier.
Yeah. 2 Carltons, please. Yeah. But then
Do
like
you want to go get a drink after this?
maybe.
I love you.
I love you too.
Yeah, it's also we're slipping into Michael Jackson.
Yeah, it's like Michael
Yeah.
Jackson and then like
love little.
yeah.
Yeah, he was a big ha ha.
Well, he was hee.
Yeah, that's true.
Which is, it's the same principle. He just went up on the he.
No, isn't it opposite?
No, he went. He did the.
Oh, he
opposite.
did go down actually. But there's more.
Ah!
He would also do a hee hee. Yeah, it's down. You're right. Yeah.
Yeah.
It goes down, but there is more
Yeah. Yeah.
oomph on the.
So you know what that
second
means? Michael Jackson, 100% sane. Never done anything wrong. You can tell it's laughter phrenology.
Yeah. Well, I think that the accusations
one. Accusations.
Yeah, the accusations. I think the accusations against him are true, but I just don't think there's anything wrong with them.
Oh no.
like I think it's like unfair. Like,
Oh dear.
no,
me.
I don't. I shouldn't have to say
was
this, but I
thinking
am
of-
against rape of children.
Yeah. I was just thinking because I believe the term for like a take like that would be galaxy brain.
Yeah, dude.
And I've been
Right.
doing a like thing in my head and out loud in my
That is a good Galaxy
in my
Brain
apartment
example.
all week. A character called Super Mario Galaxy Brain, where he's just like a plumber with an Italian accent saying the most like weird like bad takes. I don't know what.
no.
He's just like, "Hey, all lives matter."
Oh dear.
Absolutely. Yeah. That's a good galaxy brain. Michael Jackson did nothing wrong, but he did do it.
Well, I had to
Michael
delete
J is the king of pop.
Yeah.
I had to delete someone off Facebook this week for doing a Blue Lives Matter post.
Ooh.
That was pretty rough.
Was that anyone we know?
No.
Oh.
It was like someone back from the Shire.
Yeah.
Do you think Sega was ever tempted to do Blue Lives Matter and have it be Sonic the Hedgehog?
I think I saw a "This is the only blue life that matters" tweet about something.
And
I
it's
reckon
Sonic?
I've probably seen that too.
I think I might have did it.
Oh, God. You do not want to...
No, I don't like cops. That's on record. They get in the way of the crimes.
Mm.
And that's the only reason they're bad. No, that and the murders.
They're there to stop.
Yeah. All right. Well, should we talk about this movie?
Yeah, I've forgotten. Like, we watched it 3 weeks ago.
I was going to say, I barely remember fucking anything that
I
happened.
can tell you.
I
have
did
you
MDMA 10 minutes after watching it.
Have you guys seen the movie
So, yeah, I don't remember
The
it.
Long Shot with Charlize Theron and Seth Rogen?
No, but I did earmark it on Amazon Prime, I believe.
You should watch it. It's got... now that you've earmarked it, I don't really want to give it away on the pod, but I am going to.
Who cares? I don't really give a shit if
It's
stuff
got
gets
it's
spoiled for me.
got maybe the funniest cum joke since, depending on how you feel about it.
There's something about Mary?
Yeah, or Van Wilder, depending on if you like the dog semen bit.
But Baby happened
Right.
after both those things.
No, with cum.
Oh.
So, like, unless there's a bit of Butt Baby
Point
where
still
there's actual
stands.
cum. Yeah. The fact that you cum in your pants every time you deliver it.
Yeah, that's why I have to say butt baby so many times. I'm trying to figure out where I was after I got distracted jizzing.
Yeah, it's got probably one of the best cums in, like, maybe cinematic history. And, like, one of the greatest line reads during the cum.
Yeah.
It's very fun. Well, it's just like Seth Rogen is like he gets got by like a fucking webcam thing that like catches him jerking off, and so like
Right.
he's dating like, damn, I can't remember.
Does he do the Mickey Mouse thing? Like,
No, he like comes and like cum like shoots up and goes in his beard as he goes, oh boy, and then just the way he delivers it is very very funny.
oh boy, is quite funny.
Yeah.
All right, well,
Hastings
I've
has
been
got
told to
something
hold
he
that
says
thought. I
when
could have
because you
Oh,
can't
God.
because you say something when you can't.
every time you say something.
No, where are you guys come on yourselves that's funny?
Where do we?
Yeah, like have you ever got yourself somewhere funny?
I got myself in the mouth.
Yeah.
I think the funniest one where I was like,
I think I actually did the chin.
I got eye.
Oh, that stings apparently.
I've had come in my eye twice, once self-inflicted, once with a partner.
the funniest one I would have done would have been when I lived with my parents still. And so like you're jacking off like clandestine, but like I had a computer moved into my room. And so
rookie
like,
error.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
Oh yeah. But we didn't have like
Hey, the family computer being in the back room does not stop you jerking off.
Yeah. Unfortunately, my stepdad caught me a couple times, but
yeah,
I'm
it's
so
like you
paranoid
think
that you're going to
you're-
kick
Right
the
on the
cord
moon.
out.
You
Yeah.
think your parents vacuuming in the room next door would stop you from jerking off?
No,
but
that's
it
the
doesn't.
best time for it. They can't
Especially
hear.
when there's an emo girl on MySpace showing you her pussy.
man, when I was like 15, there is nothing that would have gotten in the way of me.
Yeah. But the best one I
hardcore
did,
POing.
so I was like sitting off having a J, smoking a J.
Yeah.
And
Man,
like,
you ever smoked a J while having a J?
yeah.
Man, it rules.
I know you have.
Yeah, I take regular wank breaks to smoke bongs. Like,
Yeah.
I like have to factor it into my sesh.
Yes.
I pretty much only beat off of them on drugs these days.
That's so sad.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was
Yeah, I'm not in a good place.
yeah, so I'm sitting and I'm like sitting straight up, jacking, and I have this little bit of toilet paper that I'm gonna shoot a load into.
How little?
It's
Like one square.
nah. It would have been like 3 or 4 squares. This is like, but like but
You're
for
on
some
full
reason,
square.
like I tried to point to the side, like the
Yeah.
left, and
Mm.
get it like there,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
like
yeah.
a drip instead of just like letting it shoot.
Yeah.
And while like doing it, obviously, like I'd press down a pressure spot, and so like it leapfrogged the
You
toilet
did, like-
paper.
You did like when you like touch the tap. and
Yeah.
It all comes out.
Yeah. So
Oh,
it
no.
leapfrogged the toilet paper and just like hit the wall.
Oh.
And so it's like the walls like got cum all over it, and that's just one way you're just like. You got a lot.
Yeah, absolutely,
It's like,
dude.
because in like 5 minutes, if I don't finesse this right, Mum's going to be like, why are you taking a dishcloth into your bedroom?
Yeah,
And you
yeah.
have to be like, no reason.
Yeah. Man, okay, I got a few things to hear. We got All right. Fuck. Which one do I even start with? I've already spoken on the pod about coming into my mouth by accident while I was sucking my own dick.
Yeah.
One time when I was 15, I was jerking off on the toilet, which was a regular favorite spot of mine back in the day.
I loved beating.
Proud
off
to
on the
say, I
toilet.
haven't jerked off on the toilet in a fair while.
Brother.
You're like
you got it.
You're giving yourself a blumpkin.
Yeah. Absolutely, I have.
I reckon you should try it again.
I think I have my own room at my house now, though.
Yeah, but just for a change
Just
of
for
scenery.
nostalgia, yeah. I think, I did it at my old. Anyway.
God, I love that I don't feel the urge to do it constantly anymore. It's really good.
Yeah. Me too. Anyway, so I'm hunched over. I'm jerking my little dick off. Cum shoots just directly upwards.
He said it was
because
little.
I'm hunched over. It's like probably
What are you trying to look down
4. Yeah, like it was like 4 inches from dick hole to eye hole.
I wonder what comes out of this.
Yeah, it was like in a cartoon where like a bad guy looks down the barrel of the gun to see if it's working
Oh,
right.
you get the face full of soot looking for the marble in the
exactly.
exhaust
Exactly.
pipe.
Did you hold up a sign at the end?
Yeah.
So, like,
Yeah.
ouch.
Yeah.
Come.
Then one time when I was
Yikes.
19, I was getting jerked off in my lounge room, lying flat on the
I'm
floor.
getting jerked off in my lounge.
It's pretty nice. Anyway, I haven't gotten jerked off in years.
neither.
Adelaide a few years ago, I think. Yeah. Man, I love Adelaide. Anyway, so this girl's jerking me
I
off.
think just Adelaide is a place where you go to regress.
Yeah.
Where people are like, yeah, I'll beat you off in a shed, and afterwards you can play Nintendo GameCube with my stepdad. He's 44 years old. What is that? 3 years older than you?
I didn't
Anyway.
realize you could see into the future.
So I'm getting some Hungry Jacks on the floor of my bedroom, my
Fuck
lounge room
yeah.
floor.
The Whopper?
No, don't
Whopper
hate.
Junior, baby.
Okay, that was great. But also, yeah, don't hate Hungry Jacks.
Yeah, thank you.
That's
you.
good.
I was really happy with it.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, but that was like a full body length, like I was like lying flat, like waist to face, jizz right into the eyeball once again. The lady I was with thought it was very funny.
Well, she has good taste.
Yeah.
It is funny.
It is funny.
Yeah.
I've heard that it's incredibly painful. Like, cum in the eye.
Also, like, I can
It
just...
hurt. Like, yeah.
I can
It did
picture
hurt.
this woman like laughing, and Hastings immediately be like, "I did it as a bit. It's funny. Knew it was funny."
Yeah. I hadn't started comedy yet, but I was
Go on.
certainly doing that shit.
You had to-
Anyway, do you want to go again with like cum
That's
dripping
why
out of his
he's-
eye?
Before he started comedy, that's why he's hunched over his dick when he's jacking it off, because it's like, "Hey, you guys heard about
this
the
thing
Iraq?
on?
Yeah, you guys heard about the Iraq War? You seen this? You heard of this? Oh, what the fuck?"
The little rascals, indeed.
All right, I'll save the most traumatizing one for last. I'll give you an intermission now.
Yeah.
When I was 16, a friend of mine told me he was getting jerked off in the spare room of another friend of ours' places.
So you went to watch.
We'd often all have like different sleepovers. So we'd all have like sleepovers at this dude's house, and that's where we like started like hooking up with girls. It was pretty cool.
And each other.
Yeah, he was like gay, so his dad didn't care if he had like girls sleep over, but you know.
He was an out gay man.
No, actually not at this stage. I think his dad suspected.
Oh.
But anyway, I don't know. His dad was just. I think maybe his dad didn't want him to be gay, which is why I don't know. Actually, yeah.
Oh, he was like, yeah, bring the girls
Well,
over.
now that
Why
I
don't you-
think so, yeah.
Let
Maybe
him
touch
outnumber
him.
you.
Well,
Yeah.
just because now that I think about it, I know kind of remember him saying that his dad took it really badly when he came out.
Yeah.
So it could have been, and it was definitely so. Yeah, it could have been like a let's get the girls around kind
Just
of
the
deal.
dad
Oh, dear.
bursting into the rumpus room, like the Kool-Aid man, like asking people to play spin the bottle.
Well, I was picturing like walking in like a mum with like a bowl of Doritos, except it's full of condoms.
This isn't either of the Callums who I've brought up a lot. By the way, either of my often mentioned younger friends, the Callums. This is like
Who are
this
also
is the
both
guy
gay.
I had my two gay friends, Callums. This was like a guy I had a crush on when I was 16. This is like this is that guy. Anyway, so my friend.
Did you touch him on the penis?
No,
at the
never. He sent me
sleepover?
a dick pic once. I put it in an hour.
How was it?
Turned out not to be his dick. I
no.
did some investigation on
What
tattoos.
was it?
I
It
remember
was some
that
other
bit.
guy's dick.
Oh.
He just sent a dick pic.
He just
Like,
sent a dick pic.
Fucking have a look at this. Pretty good, eh?
He'd been
Take one of these?
He'd been late. It was.
What do you reckon?
It was weird. That happened years and years.
I
later.
enjoyed
That
it.
happened,
Why
like
is it
when I
so
was an
big?
adult. That happened when I was an adult, and I like wasn't gay, and like he was like I think he must have figured it out or something. So he started like DMing me like when he was drunk, and I would just be like, nah. And then one time he just sent me a dick pic. Anyway, I was anyway. So that guy, another friend of ours, got a hand job in his spare room.
Yeah.
And jizzed on the wall, like it went the wall above him, like above his head.
Respect.
And they thought it was like a funny story. The guy and the girl who like we were friends with.
They were right.
But they didn't tell.
They had good taste too.
They told me it was funny, and I also thought it was very funny.
Yeah.
They didn't tell the owner of the house, but I didn't realize they hadn't told the
Dad.
owner of the house. Right, no, I mean,
Well, wouldn't
The kid-
he have been stoked? The
Yeah,
kid,
yeah.
Dad? The
They're
dad would have
shooting
been
ropes
like,
in
"Let's
here."
start shooting ropes.
You
the guy
fucking
who got
little
jerked,
legend.
the guy who got jerked off as a third man, a straight man. When we say the other house, I mean my gay friend, who I'm not naming.
Yeah.
We didn't tell our friend that he got jizz on his wall. So but I didn't know. I didn't know that he didn't know. So I let it slip, and those two weren't allowed to sleep over anymore. But no, he didn't care about the hand job. It was like you gotta not come. On
Why
the
don't
wall
you
to-
clean? Did they clean the?
They
cum?
cleaned it up. Which
Oh,
I
then
think it's
no
kind of a no
harm.
harm, no foul.
Yeah,
kind
that's
of
what I was
situation.
about to say.
But
Yeah.
this guy's.
I have a question.
Yeah.
You said, yeah. What do you remember the last time
Yeah.
you would have played either Truth or Dare or Spin the Bottle?
In
Kinda
my
related
early
to the
20s.
podcast.
Yes.
I still have my most traumatizing cum story.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
you
I
said we're having intermission.
Yeah,
I haven't
this is the
answered that.
intermission.
Alright,
The
okay.
last time I
It's
did
pretty
it
dark.
was literally when we fucking made out.
that might have been the last time for me.
That
as
was the
well.
last time.
Yeah.
So how long would that be? Like 8 years ago almost.
Almost. It'd be like 6, I think. No, 2012. Yeah, fuck.
Yeah, it's like 8 years
Fuck me.
So what's your
Oh, man.
ago. Yeah. Ooh.
Oh,
and what's your go-to? Truth or Dare?
dare.
Dare.
Yeah, absolutely.
Truth.
And what's your go-to question to ask people if they say truth?
Oh, I try to be creative with it. I try and like tailor it to the person.
Would
Yeah.
you suck my dick?
Yeah, I think you got to personalize it.
Yeah, you
bit.
make it about something about someone else in the room is a good trick.
Mm.
Did
You
you
know-
use it?
Jamie, you ever thought about Rose naked? You did that kind of shit.
Yeah.
Like-
So I was you just answered my question. You did it specifically to destroy people you saw as a threat to you.
I'm an agent of chaos.
Yeah.
I'm like,
like,
a
did you
dog
really-
run chasing after a car. I
Yeah.
wouldn't even know what to do if I caught
It's
it.
like, Mackenzie, truth or dare? Did you say that Taylor was being kind of a bitch earlier?
Mm.
I didn't do it like that.
Yeah.
Tim Hewitt, a comic in Melbourne, has a great bit about like it's that sort of vibe, but it was like a game of Never Have I Ever, and it's like two girls like really turned against each other, and he said like they're at opposite ends, and it just started to speed up really quickly. Everyone was just like, we just want to see what they can like say to throw each other
I
under the
played Never
bus.
Had I Ever more recently.
Yeah, but never have I
It's
ever.
so
is-
boring
Never have I
as a
ever. is-
30-year-old
Like,
man.
yeah,
I'm
Never
like,
Have I
oh,
Ever sucks.
Never
Like,
have I
I-
ever is a drinking game though.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
was
Never
good
Have
as
I Ever
that.
also is like shitty when you don't really care that much. Like,
Yeah, that's what I mean.
I'll happily answer the question. Be like, yeah, I did that. I don't care.
Yeah,
But
I
never-
was like, listen to my podcast. What do you
But like,
Yeah, yeah.
this is why truth
You can
or
get more dirt on me there than you
that's
can here.
why truth or dare or spin the bottle endures because
Yeah.
never have I ever has a shelf life. It's only a fun game between 21 and 25.
and it is
When
fun.
it's
Yeah,
like
for people who's-
exciting to do stuff.
Yeah, and
because if
people
you're
who
It's
still have
16,
shame.
flirty. It's a bit, it still
Yeah.
has that dynamic.
but if it's
to it, like-
16, it's just like, hey, you beat off.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like,
And the girl's going, no.
yeah.
What
But like,
about
but like,
And then
if
one
it-
girl being like, I
left-handed?
do.
But like if it's 13, truth or dare is like risque. Never have I ever. It's like, you ever had sex? No. Let's all move on. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not drunk at all.
I reckon we need,
Yeah.
I
It's like,
reckon
can I just drink my fucking...
Yeah, yeah.
somewhere there needs to be a truth or dare comedy show.
Yeah, I think it's
Oh, that-
happened. I'm
stuff
sure.
like that would happen for sure.
All right, so do you want to hear a horrible cum story?
Yes.
All right, so I'm 11 years old.
Yeah.
I'm beating off on the toilet again.
Good.
And I
Stop saying good.
I don't know why. Yeah, I was just like, it's a weird thing to say. Yeah,
It's bad.
good.
Oh no.
Tell me more about
I think
this.
everything's gone.
Are you naked when you beat off?
No.
Okay.
I used to get pretty naked. to do it
I used
sometimes.
to know a friend who would take off every article of clothing to beat off. It was unnatural for him. And he also...
I'll sometimes won't even...
No, I'll let you tell your
More
story
often
first.
than not, I will shit completely naked. I think it's so much
Dude,
better.
I'll jack off with like the jeans 1/9 down.
Oh
I'll
god.
pull the dick out the top and be like, that's enough. Like,
I don't think you ever have your jeans that high up.
I know.
You're like a skater from 2001.
Yeah.
So I
Sick.
I leave the bathroom
Yeah.
And about
What, you gotta go and get a snack or something?
15 minutes later, my mother approaches me.
Oh, you left evidence in the toilet.
Andrew, why are there ropes in the toilet?
Why are you shooting such big ropes at 11 years old?
Andrew, there's a massive fucking load in the toilet.
And I don't mean shit.
It wasn't.
Andrew, you've come in the toilet again.
So what she said was, Andrew,
Are you having trouble with phlegm at the moment or something?
she goes, Andrew, you've like pissed on the
She says, "Why is there blood in your semen?"
She's like, you've left piss on the toilet seat. Can you go clean that up?
Oh no!
Oh no!
And I walk in and it's like
sticky piss.
and I'm like 11 years old and I'm like, oh, that's calm.
I don't want to, because I don't know your stepdad's name, and I don't want to do it on the thing. But it's just like your mum being like, John, Andrew's busting nuts again. He's busted all over the toilet seat.
It's a one toilet apartment. We all have to use it.
I'm saying it's me, but we all know he's busting again.
Well, here's the thing.
And then John's just like, well, he's not my fucking kid.
Yeah. No, he's not your
calling
kid.
my dad. Being like, get over here. Your son is busting nut again.
Your dad just beaming with pride salutes the toilet bowl.
But then she locks
He's
you.
also just done it.
He starts beating up.
I was gonna say she locks the toilet so you like can't get away until he gets there. So you just start beating off in there again.
Man, it would have made life so much more enjoyable. Like because like think about how mortified. Did you have any more?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Okay.
So she goes,
Oh, it's not over.
you pissed on the toilet. And I go, yeah. I go in there. I go, it's definitely calm.
You go in there and go, Ma, it's calm.
I've been shooting ropes, Mum.
Well,
It's not piss.
what's unfortunate
Get your
is
story straight.
that, like, I don't... Cause
You think someone could piss this thick, creamy goodness?
so, like...
I'll be so dehydrated.
I'm not an expert, but my understanding is that, like, repressed memories aren't real. Like, that's not a real thing.
Yeah, they are.
I think they're way less common than... I think that it's more a willful...
Man,
it's a different thing.
is that a Galaxy brain tape?
I read some... I don't know. I'm not an expert. I've read something that's like... It
Willfulness
doesn't really happen as much as you think.
But the willfulness is what makes it happen, I would say.
Yeah, it's more that, but it's more like not admitting something rather, or like even not to yourself as. I don't know. I'm not an expert. Anyway, I didn't repress memory, but like I didn't think about it for a long time because it was an unpleasant thought that I didn't think about.
It's so embarrassing.
Yeah, absolutely. But poor naive me, because I was 11 when this happened. I didn't really think about like whether or not my mum would know what cum looked like. So, like, I believed her.
You just wrote piss on the toilet seat.
Yeah.
So I believed her at 11 years old, being like, okay, well, I cleaned it up and I forgot all about it for 15 years. And then, like, a couple years ago, I was like, oh, that's right. My mum, she knew it was cum. Oh, no. Horrible.
Did you ask her?
God, no.
Yeah, I don't want to have that
It's
conversation.
like, man,
That'd be horrible.
yeah, but I was
But
just,
realizing it, it's like, oh, my mum thought somewhere cum. Like, and then, but like, so I felt
mummy's seen cum.
it was like I was
Yeah,
like
you don't
made
want your
up
mum
for
to see you
15 years of repressed shame,
Yeah.
like in one hit. Like it was, it was,
yeah,
it
well,
was
that
rough.
sucks because, like, I guess, like, now, do you think we're moving towards a society where, like, with sex workers and, like, wokeness and that kind of stuff,
Yeah.
where, like, beating off is just a more...
Yeah.
And, like, it's crazy
I'll
to
stop you
think...
there. My mum was 18 when she never cared about it.
Yeah, but it's
She
crazy.
grew up in Seinfeld.
But it's crazy to think that fucking anyone, like, cared.
No, of
Because,
course,
like,
but they did. They
It's
did.
like, I bet you, like, my grandpa was, like, English beating off with
Yeah.
a stiff upper lip and upper penis.
But
Yeah,
it's, not like,
yeah.
it's not like our kids are going to be the first generation to not like. My parents didn't care, and my parents' age kids who would be 20 now, they wouldn't care.
I still
Wouldn't
think there is
care,
that
wouldn't
thing,
care,
though.
sure,
Yeah.
but like you still felt the shame.
Oh, God,
Do you
I
think
think-
we're approaching generations where the kids just like,
No,
yeah,
I don't
fucking
think so.
No,
shot a
it's,
load.
it's a natural. It's a natural shame.
Yeah,
right?
But I
it's
wanna-
like it probably stems from the same thing of why you don't want
to.
to.
It's a natural shame.
Don't you reckon,
To
though?
leave
Like,
cum on a toilet seat.
I actually kind of agree because like it probably stems from the same like thing
Maybe I'm just
that's in your
worried.
head of like why you don't fuck your family.
Yeah,
so you don't
exactly.
want to talk about.
You want to
fucking
keep
with your
those things
family.
separate to your family naturally. I like to think that I wouldn't.
Like I would not like to see my
Would you say-
child's ejaculate.
yeah.
Would you say that's not how you're supposed to treat family?
Oh.
Oh, very good.
No, what? So I think what you are right about is when I was a kid, and I'm sure when you were a kid, but I was worried that if and like irrationally,
I don't want my parents to think I would
Yeah.
like beating off.
Yeah.
Like it's the same as drugs.
Absolutely,
like, at that point.
absolutely. But like I didn't.
But
think,
I would still happily admit to my mum that I do drugs now, but
Right.
wouldn't ever be comfortable with being like, hey, sorry I'm 2 minutes late for brunch. I was jerking off.
Yeah,
No,
you should say that to anyone.
I'd be able to do that to my parents as a joke because I think it's funny.
Here's what.
Right.
Like I'd be like, "Oh, sorry, I was late. I was having a wank."
I could say that to my dad.
They would be on board with that
They'd
specific
be
brand
like,
of humor.
they'd be like, "Oh, Jamie."
Right.
It's like they'd know.
No, I
what I was doing.
Yeah,
I
that's
think
a bit
here's
off
my
colour for
here's
my
my. What's
It's
the
like I
one?
might not necessarily be having the wank, but
Oh,
you
yeah,
know,
yeah.
commit to the bit.
What's the
Yeah.
one before Galaxy Brain? Regular brain, I guess.
Yes, sunshine brain.
Yeah,
lizard-
that's funny.
Lizard brain.
64 brain.
Yeah. So
No, solar system brain.
I think I have the take right.
World brain.
I when I was a kid, I knew that it was irrational of me to be afraid of getting in trouble, but it was a very real fear. I think maybe my brother, who's 20, well, same parents, brother, same thing, but I think like kids now, they probably wouldn't be worried they're getting in trouble. They'd still be embarrassed and it's private and they would hide it and it would be shameful, but they're probably not worried they're getting it. Their parents probably know to be like, hey, masturbation's normal, don't worry about it.
You go even further. It's like masturbation, fucking sick, dude.
I think the world's
You
less
don't want
like
to
Twitter than
encourage
you
your
think
kid,
it is,
like,
though.
your
Like,
kid to be jerking off heaps, though, because then they'll just get obsessed.
But I mean, they will
well, you want
anyway.
to teach them about porn, right? That's the thing. You'd want to teach them how to use and navigate the internet and porn and sexting and whatever responsibly. So you'd probably,
and safely.
yeah,
like,
exactly. That's what I mean.
considering
Yeah,
with like
that's what I mean. Yeah,
yeah, like predators and
yeah.
like
But even just porn, it's like you
Yeah.
don't want to be like, don't watch hardcore triple penetration anal porn when you're 9. That's you got. That'll
that's
fuck your,
19.
You gotta
that'll
build
fuck your
to that,
brain.
yeah.
Like do that when you're 25.
At least
like,
12.
You can't watch Mum Fuck Stepson at 11.
yeah.
Well, it's like that.
That's the treat for when you turn 21.
Well, it's
Yeah,
like that
yeah.
thing in that episode of...
Once I become unfuckable, you can watch that porn.
It's like that thing in that episode of Big Mouth where he stays up all night watching porn and he catches him watching like
Yeah.
group old lady pissing videos or whatever, and he's like...
Yeah, it
Well,
affects
he's
his
like-
relationship
He's
with
like,
old
I guess
people.
I just got tired of the solo pissing stuff. Like,
But I
It
guess
it would
like,
warp you
it's
so
like-
quickly.
But like porn can be like different categories, different things when you're younger. Like I think like you know like something like old ladies piercing. Like you might have like invited like 3 friends around and been like, oh gross. Like
Yeah,
look,
yeah,
like
of
I
course.
wouldn't have been like sitting being like.
You're
I've
like,
done that in the last 2 years.
That was not sexy at all, right, guys?
I certainly haven't watched and beat off to that
Yeah, yeah.
already.
All right, I got 20
I-
minutes left.
there's-
Let's do this movie.
Well, oh yeah, hello, welcome
Sorry,
to
I
We'll Just
didn't
Tell
mean
Your
to-
Mother We Ate It All, a podcast about cum.
I love cum.
I'll have come in.
This is going to seem so much worse after the fact we've just been talking about cum for like 20 minutes. This is the final week. We're sorry that we took a week off. There was things going on, but this is the final week, finally, of Movies for Babies Month. So we're doing Muppet Treasure Island,
Yes.
a 1996 American musical adventure comedy film directed by Brian Henson, produced by Jim Henson
God
Productions,
damn, it is an
distributed
adventure.
by Walt Disney Pictures. Is the 5th feature film to star the Muppets and is based on the 1883 novel Treasure Island by Robert Louis Stevenson. Does anyone remember anything? I watched this
Yeah.
I think I watched this straight after we recorded the
Hastings
last
seen it a
episode.
million
I've seen this
times.
movie 100 times.
Yeah.
This would be in like my top 10 movies of all time.
I was just thinking about how sweet this would be if like a family was going on a first like post-COVID road trip. And they're like, what can we listen to? Oh, they're
Stuck
talking
on this podcast about the
They're
Muppets.
talking about the Muppets.
And the first thing is people like, sorry, we didn't get that fart on tape.
Yeah.
And then it
Second thing is
only
maybe like, I
gets
just
worse.
in my eye.
They're like, oh, just a bit of lighthearted.
like-
Maybe
yeah.
it gets more wholesome after this.
Yeah, the dad's like, just wait. It's getting good.
All right.
Shooting ropes, that's pretty funny.
So
right?
I had Muppet Treasure Island like bedspread when I was a kid. Had the movie on VHS. I loved it. I love this movie so much. On the rewatch, it's fucking so good. Such a good film. I think the songs are great. I think the acting is like shockingly good. Like it held up more. I was like worried it would like ruin the movie for me. I love by the humans or the Muppets. Like by time,
'Cause the
like
kid
by
kinda
not,
sucks.
by not being 9 anymore. Oh, you mean the good acting?
Yeah.
I mostly mean the Muppets and Tim Curry.
Yeah, well, Tim Curry rules.
Tim Curry,
But also
fucking
because they
slaps,
asked him
dude.
to play Tim Curry.
Yeah, why wouldn't you? If
Yeah.
we got Tim Curry on the podcast, I wouldn't be like, do something else. I'd be
Yeah.
like, be Tim Curry.
Be charming and then sinister.
Tim Curry's the lead in maybe my favorite movie.
Home Alone 2 Lost in New York.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. No, Fern Gully's the bad guy.
Is he in that movie?
Yeah, he's the dickhead guy who works at the hotel with Rob Schneider.
He's also.
I've never actually seen
He's
it.
also like.
You've never seen Home Alone 2?
I don't even think I've seen Home Alone.
Donald Trump's.
Well, if I had,
Fuck, this is movies for babies year now.
Yeah, we might have to do the Home Alone.
if I have seen them, it would have been when I was like too young to remember.
They're not very good.
I definitely.
What are you talking about?
I saw him too late.
I've
Home Alone
definitely seen
rocks.
Home Alone 3.
Don't
I saw
care.
that in the movies,
Yeah, I
in
saw that in the
Ulladulla, I
movies
remember,
too.
and everyone walked out, children included, being like, that was fucking shit.
I liked it.
Ulladulla sounds like a hippie girl I'd try to have sex with.
I mean,
My
a
name's
hippie girl,
Ulladulla. I play bass in a Killing Heidi cover band.
yeah, a hippie girl that you can't- Dude, that girl lives in Ulladulla, like, for sure.
Oh yeah.
Or at
Man.
least in nearby Narrawally.
She had dreadlocks, right?
Yeah, she doesn't anymore though.
She's gorgeous.
Still,
Yeah, I
let's-
love her. I follow her on Twitter and shit.
Still, fuck. I'm getting on Twitter now,
Yeah,
being
cancel
like,
her up,
yeah.
dude. Cancel her
How,
up.
how about those dreads? And then just like a stream of vile misogyny.
They had like coloured ones in there too.
Yeah, Killing Heidi is cancelled. Those
Yeah, you don't.
just like just violent threats.
Yeah,
Like-
killing
I'd
women.
fuck out of it. Yeah, I wouldn't mind killing a couple Heidis myself.
You can't kill women.
yeah,
It's
dude.
2020.
Yeah, this movie fucking rocks. I will not hear a bad word against it. I also like.
I have heard from multiple sources
That is bad.
that this is the best Muppets movie.
Yeah.
I enjoyed this significantly less than the.
Oh, they don't
Jason
count the
Segel
reboot.
one.
Yeah, the
They don't-
reboot
that's
doesn't
not
count.
counted.
Right.
Yeah, that's like a movie for adults. It's not really fair to compare them. It's a movie.
Yeah, but a kid could still enjoy that movie.
Yeah, but it's also it's where the target
Little
mark
some-
of where the
little
target
some-
mark for that movie.
Little something
I guess.
for daddy. In that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a lot for daddy in that. There's,
And
only,
this
there's
is-
only bits and pieces
Yeah,
for daddy.
This is
There
a little
were
some-
definitely,
This is a
like-
little something for baby.
I think there was a lot for Daddy in this.
I fucking love pirates.
There was.
Yeah, I'm kind of into pirates.
I reckon there was more for Daddy in this than the other 3 movies we watched for Movies for Babies Month.
Yeah.
Even more so than Sonic.
Well, because it's based on
Yeah,
Treasure
Sonic
Island.
had
'Cause
way
there's-
too little for adults,
Yeah, I was
considering
shocked.
like how nostalgic.
Because there's good joke writing in this.
Yeah, as a 30-year-old, like as a father-aged person, I'm the right age to be the father of someone who would see a movie like this in 1995 at least.
I genuinely thought I'd have like a 1-year-old by this point.
Yeah, same.
Hmm.
I'm so glad I don't.
I thought I'd be
Oh,
waiting.
yeah.
I thought I'd be waiting for Sweeney's to come back at this point.
No, what was I saying? Yeah, well, what's
You thought
interesting
you'd have
about
a
it?
kid.
Picturing like waiting for Godot and you're just sitting on that shitty couch up on the second level.
Dinging the bell.
Yeah.
No, is what I was saying is if let's say because if in the something for daddy section parts of this movie, we're age appropriate for that, right? That's men our age, roughly, supposedly, right?
And women.
And I
Women
guess,
can be daddy.
Something for mummy and daddy. I
There
guess.
isn't really much for mummy in this movie.
Well, yeah, this is what
there's
I'm
no
saying.
real like strong female character. Oh, Miss Piggy.
How dare you?
The strongest female character of all time.
How dare you speak ill of my queen?
That makes sense that you've like got
I
a
love
thing
Miss
for
Piggy.
Miss Piggy.
I love Miss Piggy.
It's
Yeah.
like it's just like because she's kind of an icon for younger emos, I reckon.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
Where like for some
absolutely.
reason like her
She reminds me of every single woman I've ever been involved
yeah,
with.
which is like some weird like that aesthetic has somehow been like co-opted
Oh, yeah.
into that movement
Oh,
somehow, even though they've got very little to do with each other.
Man, I love it. Anyway,
What I was surprised
Does that
about.
make you
I got to let me finish my something for daddy
Okay.
point. So I'm a 30-year-old, 33-year-old, whatever man taking my kid to see it. I'm so much more nostalgic, and I'm the target mark for that section of the movie. I am so much more nostalgic for Sonic the fucking Hedgehog than I am for than I am for Treasure Island, the
Yeah.
pirate epic.
Yeah.
But somehow they put more for Daddy in fucking Muppet Treasure Island than they do for Sonic. It's madness.
Yeah, I think what the problem is there is that we seem to not realize that Sonic is still very independently popular, like with children.
For kids that young, though? I thought it was
Apparently.
independently popular amongst, like, losers.
No, like apparently,
Well, that too.
like apparently,
Like, DeviantArt people.
like apparently, Sonic is still huge.
Really?
So when you get it, they're like, oh, well, it can still be a kid's
Is it just no
movie.
adult fans except for the DeviantArt community?
No, I think
and branches off that.
I think there are like adult. Like I like Sonic. You like Sonic.
I like Sonic Mania. I haven't enjoyed a Sonic game since 1995 before then, though.
Yeah, fine. But
yeah,
like,
they haven't made a good one since then.
yeah, but like you'd still know enough about Sonic
Oh,
from
for sure.
being
I'm
saturated
a fan of.
by
I
that
guess.
point.
Yeah. I take you. I own a Sonic
So-
T-shirt. I take you.
Yeah, so I think like what I'm saying is that like if there were no child fans of Sonic today,
Yeah.
and they were like, we're gonna do Sonic. Nostalgia's
Yeah.
big. They'd aim it more squarely to be a little like
Yeah.
maybe
They
could-
more like Who
I
Framed
think
Roger
you're right,
Rabbit.
actually, because
Yeah.
there is also
It could be like Brady and imagine seeing Sonic swear.
as
Yeah.
unpopular.
Saying the word fuck.
Yeah, Sonic
That'd be
saying "suck my cock."
Suck
So
my
exciting.
cock. Gotta come fast because I'm in
Yeah.
a rush to come
Yeah.
faster.
Lick my
in the
balls.
Emerald Hill
Eggman.
Zone.
Stick both of your tails in my fucking head jar.
Get it up to the knuckle.
Yeah.
No. What? Yeah. Anyway.
Get it up to the knuckles, baby.
Yeah.
The
I
echidna.
guess I think you are. You've swung me around because I think you are right because there are no matter how you slice
Big
it,
the cat.
There
More
are
like
def-
Big the dick.
there are
And he's just beating off Big the cat.
there are definitely more child fans of Sonic than there are child fans of Treasure
Robbie Louis
Island.
Stevenson's Treasure Island. Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess you're right. Yeah.
Well, did you try and read Treasure Island when you were a kid?
Fuck no.
Well, it's a bit dense.
Yeah, I'd wouldn't try to read it now.
Because maybe that's how this is directed.
It's
like,
old.
'cause
It's like the
Yeah.
Count
the
of
Muppet-
Monte Cristo.
Yeah.
The Muppets are from like the 70s, so like their thing is like, let's make a Muppets movie that like parents will be like, kid, we're going to see this.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
right.
Go watch
Got
the
it,
Muppets.
got it, got it.
And
And I
you're going to
reckon
enjoy it.
it's-
That's a good point. Yeah, I guess Muppets is the nostalgia act in Muppet Treasure Island.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. of
Also, I
course.
reckon
Jim
like
Henson's dead.
a little thing
What?
with the
No.
with like the themes like Treasure Island, Christmas Carol. Like it's also a way to introduce young children to classic
Absolutely.
literature.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, it's which is so appealing as a parent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like
They should do more.
yeah.
My introduction to A Christmas Carol, though, was the DuckTales version.
I can't remember what mine was.
And are they related to the Mighty Ducks or are they
It's the extended
No,
Duckverse.
they're related to them in the way that the characters are anthropomorphic ducks.
Oh, okay. Close enough for me. That has a lot more in common. I'm not going to get back into this argument, but I would argue that DuckTales has a lot more in common with the Mighty Ducks than the Mighty Ducks does have with the Mighty Ducks.
Well, there was an alien duck in Bucky O'Hare called Deadeye Duck.
Yeah.
and he
I remember
had 4
Bucky O'Hare.
arms. No one fucking remembers it except for you.
Who's
Good
the
stuff.
Marvel Duck?
I had a toy of it.
Howard the Duck?
Howard the Duck's a big deal, right?
Not really.
But isn't that a big deal because it was like a huge bomb? And
Yeah, it was a George
like
Lucas
the movie?
film.
Really?
I can't
Well, it was
imagine a
made
George
by
Lucas film
Lucasfilm.
ever being
So
bad.
Never has.
Yeah.
How? That's not on Disney Plus, is it?
Isn't
Isn't it like an adult movie? Like, isn't there quite sexual stuff in there?
No, I don't think it's as adult as you think it is, but like I think there are parts. Let
Isn't
me
he
just
supposed to be
check.
quite rambunctious and.
He's meant to be a bit randy.
yeah.
Do you think there's any...
No, but like it's. Oh no, sorry. The guy who directed it was called William Hoyk. I swear it had something to do with fucking George Lucas though,
Do you think there's any Star Wars fans...
because it was made by Lucasfilm.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Do you think there's any Star Wars fans whose ranking of favorite Star Wars movies is the episode numbers?
Yes.
Surely.
That would be psychotic if that were true. Imagine if that was your order. Phantom Menace favorite, Attack of the Clones second. Jesus. That would make Empire Strikes Back your 5th favorite Star Wars movie.
Yeah, I know, which is craziness.
Yeah.
But,
But
like,
also, this is getting into dangerously fucking nerdy territory.
That's
right
true.
Here.
Well, also now,
Well, let's talk about the machete cut.
well, like also now with the newer Star Wars,
Yeah.
there is an argument for some people,
Of course. but
some
it's the-
people
it's
to
the-
be like, well, the prequels are good now.
Yeah.
Like,
I hate that argument.
Me
Man,
too.
I did watch...
like they're bad.
I
There's
watched...
probably someone who enjoys them in the order that they came out.
Yeah. I watched Rise of
Absolutely.
Skywalker. By the way, I loved it.
Yes,
I thought it was really fun. It was
Like
really
a-
good. I really like Ray. Like I
Yeah.
thought all the characters were
Makes
great.
no sense and it's stupid as shit, but
Ah,
like
who
it's fun to
cares?
watch.
Like,
Yeah.
It's Star Wars. Who
How-
gives a
and
fuck?
how cute is Babu Frick?
Man, Bobby Frick is great.
Yeah.
Excellent shit. More Muppet
And like
Treasure
Kerry
Island.
Russell is in it. Kerry Russell's so hot.
Yeah.
She's so hot.
So hot. Muppet Treasure Island.
I was surprised.
Just watch it.
Uh,
You are honestly, especially if you have kids.
I was surprised by how not central a character Kermit was.
When I was a kid, I had a fantasy that Kermit was my best friend.
That makes so much sense.
Because my pillow was the Muppet Treasure Island pillow, and so I would like sleep on a different pillow and have him like propped up next to me, and I'd be like, "Good night, Kermit."
Picturing Andy sitting in there with his pillow.
Oh my god, that's like
What if
so many songs about
What if this podcast
rainbows?
just became like stories
What's
of
on
me
the
just doing normal baby
other
shit that I did
side?
when I was a baby, but because it's me, it seems bizarre.
that
and
story
That's
is
just a
like a
normal
lot of stuff
baby
is really
thing.
telling.
that story is.
Oh, what you think? Wait, you guys. Are you guys surprised here that I was a lonely kid? Is that surprising
No,
to you guys?
what's surprising is how, and this is a term that people use for fake characters, but that is such a humanizing detail about
Yeah.
you. It's like, you know how I
Yeah.
said you're unlikable a couple of weeks
Yeah, I
ago?
remember
Yeah.
well, actually.
Yeah.
You actually think about it a
maybe
lot.
the funniest line anyone's dropped on the pod
That-
ever.
Yeah. Makes
Like-
me more likable?
I don't think it makes you more vulnerable,
Yeah, that's true.
which in turn makes you more likable.
Well, yeah, I was just a sad kid. I was a sad...
Seeing a sad kid in like TV or movie or something is like always gonna make me cry.
Yeah.
I empathize so hard because I
yeah.
was also like I was the loser sitting there eating alone.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
it
I had a much
tears
harder
me up.
time in primary school than high school.
I was
primary
I was fucking so popular in primary school.
I hit puberty.
I had a
really
real
early. It was
hard
weird.
time.
You hit early,
I had puberty really early.
then
yeah.
you would have been cool.
No. Puberty's ugly. Dude.
I had a real
No,
The
hard
kind
time.
I had was bad.
People in my school who got pubes first were celebrated as gods.
I didn't get pubes.
I got pubes
though.
with-
Pubes was like the fifth thing to come. It was my voice went first.
Pubes was
But
the
that's
first
cool
thing
too.
to
My
come for
hair
me.
went curly. My skin got fucked. My face got all weird shaped. All my face changed, and it got really bad. Like the shape of it.
You sound
Pu-
like an animal.
Pubes
Well,
came
your face shape does change with like testosterone. and
I just
shit.
got cuter.
yeah, I know. I wish I'd
got
fucking
much
intervened
older.
earlier.
I was a much cuter kid than I was I had a really long puberty as well, because like I swear I was still puberty
Still
when I was
going.
I got
20.
a few long puberties, you know.
Yeah.
Haven't
But yeah.
shaved in a bit.
Anyway, sorry. Enough about my sad childhood. I fucking love this movie. The songs are so good. What?
Is
No.
there context enough to share?
Yeah, it just because like I've changed my phone like a couple of times since like a few years ago, and like when I did stand up. So like I've got like a galaxy of just like numbers that I
You
and
don't
like
know who they
yeah.
are.
So like I think I've only got
Oh, your
like
cool friends from school?
well, I've got like I think I've got like 4 numbers
From
saved
primary
in my
school.
phone. And it's
Yeah.
like my wife, I think Hastings.
Yeah.
Maybe someone else. So the like consequently like because I do all my stuff over like Messenger.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just you don't need phone numbers.
Yeah.
It's
anymore.
annoying for Uber.
You can call people on Messenger.
Occasionally I'll get a text that'll
Yeah.
be I assume from someone I know
Hmm.
that will either like say some joke or in thing from like years and years ago, or just be an out of context question. And then I just got one that's just like text message, just a number, no idea who it is. It says, "Is Anna Kendrick not as hot as before?" Friends like
All
so
right.
this person must have
Bentley?
this person must have been around me a lot in 2013 when all I talked about was Anna Kendrick. Oh,
Yeah.
it's a good friend of mine, Patty.
Oh,
There
lovely.
you go.
What
Yeah.
did you guys think of the movie? I've spoken a bit about it.
I
My
liked it. I
history?
found the kid very annoying.
He can't sing, but you
His
know.
singing voice is atrocious.
His singing voice
Oh,
is like really. I
shocking.
noticed that at the time.
He couldn't really act either, if we're honest.
No.
Like, what do
Kermit
you
carries the
expect from
film.
that kid?
It's like
Once
why
you get
Oh,
Kermit,
Rizzo and Gonzo
once you
carried
get
the film.
once you get Kermit going head to head with Tim Curry, man, that final fight scene. So
Who's your favorite Muppet?
define
Apart from Kermit.
yeah, define Muppet. It's not Kermit. Define Muppet. Are we talking Sesame Street plus Muppets, or are we talking the Muppets?
I'm talking the
No,
Muppets.
just
Because
Muppets.
the Sesame Street, they are Muppets. It's just they're not in the Muppets.
Yes,
Yes,
ignore
I'm
Sesame
aware.
Street.
Okay. I'm just
Yes, I've listened to
No,
the
I know you-
Simpsons Index
Yeah.
Yeah.
episode that you were on.
Yeah.
guys.
That we were also on.
Guys, the whole thing with other people are listening. It's not just the 3 of us in a room. So maybe they don't know. My
They
favorite,
do know.
My favorite Muppet's Muppet, and I can't say Kermit, Miss Piggy.
You can't say Miss Piggy. You can't say the next one.
I don't like Gonzo. Probably Fozzie.
Why don't you like Gonzo?
Yeah, why don't you
Jewish?
like Gonzo?
I don't know. It's probably because he's Jewish. No, I don't know. I just never got into him.
Fozzie makes sense.
Yeah.
Why?
No,
like 'em.
Gonzo or Fozzie probably for me. I like them.
Yeah.
This made me like Rizzo a lot more.
Yeah, she's good.
She's
She's good, isn't she? The crazy.
Rizzo's a he.
Which one's Rizzo?
the rat.
Oh, never mind. I was thinking of someone else. I was thinking of the Janis Joplin lady.
Oh right.
I like her.
I can't remember her name.
I really like. I'm more of a Sesame Street guy. What are the 2 old cunts called?
Statler
Statler
and Waldorf.
Waldorf.
Statler and Waldorf. I like them. The device of having them as the front of the ship's very clever. I think
The
it's like
problem,
a cool little like device.
The problem with them though is because they're just joke guys. Is they're like constantly underutilized,
Yeah,
but they're so funny.
I like
Yeah.
Beaker.
Baker's very good.
This is good.
Yeah, Fozzie. Yeah, Fozzie. Fozzie's my favourite, other than Kermit and Miss Piggy.
Waka waka.
And Kermit's your best friend.
I wanted him to be.
Good night, Kermit.
Good night, Kermit.
Well, I was like very jealous of the rest of the Muppets for being closer with him than I was.
Oh, I was going to say, did you only want to be friends with Kermit so you could ultimately betray him and fuck Miss Piggy?
Yeah,
Or, like-
dude.
I mean, that's what I do now.
Early signs of the man you
Yeah.
would become.
Yeah,
Just like, yeah, what's Miss Piggy doing tonight?
Ernie, Bert, and Grover are my favorite Sesame Street ones. Grover's
Ernie
very
and
good.
Bert.
Ernie, Bert, Grover in that order. Actually, I didn't say Ernie, Grover, Bert, and probably Oscar.
Hey, Bert.
Man, love him. Yeah, this movie fucking rules.
I like Oscar the Grouch.
Yeah, he's amazing.
Yeah.
The Dave Chappelle bit is like one of the first bits that like got me like real into stand up.
Is that on Killing Them Softly?
I believe it is. It's the punchline's bitch, I live in a fucking trash can.
Yeah.
It's a great
Yeah,
bit.
it's funny.
Mm.
Bitch, I live in a fucking trash can.
I mean, I still laugh at the Simpsons joke where he sees the homeless person. He's like, just like Oscar the Grouch. It's like,
That's pretty funny. Is that in the New York episode?
I don't remember.
No,
actually.
he's like-
I think it's much earlier.
He's intoxicated in some way or something, isn't he?
I don't know.
I'm watching a lot of Simpsons lately. I was doing like sort of pick a franchise to cast the Muppets, like to redo as the Muppets, and how would you do it? That was a fun game I played.
What do you
while-
mean?
Would it, as
Give
in
me an
like
example.
Okay, so it's like
the
redo-
Muppets instead of Muppets Treasure Island, it's Muppets something else.
Yeah, so the idea,
right.
I had an idea. My idea was Muppets Star Wars.
Yeah.
So you go Grover as Darth Vader.
Haven't they kind of done that in a way, like Muppets in space?
Yeah.
No,
But
it's
not
a
Star Wars.
direct one-to-one
Yeah.
parody of Star Wars.
Right.
So it's you get Gonzo playing Darth Vader.
Muppets Anna Karenina.
Muppets Harry Potter. Eh?
Kermit.
Uh,
I reckon you go Kermit as.
Eh?
I mean,
Kermit-
like that would be like kind of devious
not
thing
bad.
that they would do to like, how do we get people back on board the Harry Potter train?
That's pretty funny. Do you want me to pitch
Lego.
Star Wars, or should we just start naming?
No, I
movies?
want you to do Star Wars.
I got Kermit as
Just
Han
know that I'm
Solo.
not listening because I'm trying to think of my own
All right,
one.
that's fine. Kermit for Han Solo.
Interesting, not Luke.
No, Luke is going to be played by a human actor,
Oh, that makes so
lead-
much sense because Miss Piggy is Leia.
and also the lead's usually played
Have
by
you-
a human.
Have you got a human actor picked out?
No, it'd be like some young teen. Some like I don't know, some pubescent boy. I
Some
don't know.
young. Just for some reason, I had you
It's getting
pronouncing
worse. Some newborn young thing.
I had you pronouncing that in
Some
like
boy-
a
I
racist
just get
accent
some
for some
slam pics.
reason.
I don't know.
Some dime.
Yeah.
Who's the hot thing at the minute? Timothy Chalamet.
Yeah, why not? No, I'd go new. I'd go new blood for Luke. Just get like a little blonde boy. For my trailer.
Is he a little boy though, or is this like Mark Hamill? era? 'Cause
he's
surely-
a
little
age him down
boy.
because it's a kids movie now. So you make him 15, 14, 13,
right.
somewhere around there.
Maybe 12, 11.
9.
Fine, 6.
Oh.
But yeah, you get a teen. You get Kermit as Han,
Uh-huh.
Miss Piggy as Leia,
Yeah.
and that fits perfect. I reckon Gonzo as Vader, so you get the
Gonzo as Vader.
so
is
you get
great.
the comic mask with the hook, and you spend most of the movie with the mask off, and it's fine.
Yeah.
Then we might be in Spaceballs territory at this point, but and then you just build up from there. Fozzie's Chewbacca, obviously.
Yep. Who's
There's
Lando?
a few people that could be Chewbacca.
You'd probably just do the third. You'd probably do the original Star Wars just to start. Less characters, simpler
Okay,
story.
who's
Just doing the
Obi-Wan.
Family Guy thing.
Obi-Wan's an interesting one. You might get Baker as Obi-Wan.
Wouldn't you get Professor Honeydew Melon or whatever his fucking name is?
Oh,
Honeydew?
yeah.
Or all the
No, you'd get them as C-3PO and R2-D2. those
Yes,
two.
you would.
No, that would be. Oh, yeah. That
Yeah.
is what I was thinking of.
Who is Obi-Wan then?
Who's the Swedish chef?
I loved the Swedish.
Swedish Chef.
I forgot
You'd
about the
You'd
Swedish
put
Chef.
Swedish Chef in the cantina for sure. Yeah,
haven't
no,
got any-
Obi-Wan's
upset with
is
the
the
way
only
he's
one I'm
looking.
stuck on.
You haven't
Major
got-
Star Wars characters.
You haven't got Rizzo the Rat yet, but he doesn't really fit in that.
Could do
Well,
that.
Wouldn't he be Salacious Crumb?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
What
I mean,
about
that's
the bird
too good a
guy?
fit.
What about the bird guy? The blue bird guy.
Sam.
Yeah.
I think his name is.
He could be Obi-Wan. Yeah, that works. Yeah. You could also get Statler and Waldorf combined as Obi-Wan.
Nah,
Nah,
yeah, but they don't
need
fulfill
to
that
be on the
role.
side-
They'd
need-
be on the Millennium Falcon cracking jokes.
Let
or
me-
something.
No, they need to
Yeah.
be on the side of evil.
Oh, okay. Oh, they're on the Death Star cracking jokes. They're the
Yeah.
gun of the. They play the Death Star. Statler and Waldorf play
Oh,
the
yeah,
Death
maybe.
Star.
They're on the.
Yeah, and it's like a personified. It looks like the head of them combined. or something.
Damn, yeah, Obi-Wan's kind of difficult. Maybe it would have to be like Tim Curry.
Yeah, yeah. Too bad Alex Guinness is dead. It'd be perfect for it.
You get Ewan.
Get Ewan. Man,
Oh, yeah.
that's casting, James. Good fucking thinking. I like that.
Ewan's available.
Absolutely.
Ewan.
Have you guys got movies you want to do? And then we should probably wrap it up because we've got another app.
Yeah.
You could do Lord of the Rings,
Oh, too many characters maybe? But if you only did like the main 5 or 6 characters.
but there's shitloads of Muppets. So
True. But that means it's like, I guess we're getting 9 scenes with Beaker. Like, it's, do you know what I mean? Like, even a minor
Yeah.
Lord of the Rings character is so
Like-
fucking...
Saving Private Ryan.
Yeah, now we're talking.
No, if it had to be one like childish appropriate child.
well, surely you just think of like classic novels and stuff. I'm looking over there.
Yeah,
To see if there's
but like I
anything
like the
like that
idea of
down
like
there.
classic movies too.
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
I'm trying to.
Citizen Kane? Although there's only a few characters, like not...
But I'm trying to think of something like that's as appealing as Star Wars.
Muppets
Godfather.
Blanca.
Yeah, but that's not for kids.
Oh, okay,
Yeah, it's
right,
quite
right.
gritty.
Harry Potter, I mean, I guess.
Yeah, well, Harry Potter would be
Yeah,
the
let's
next
do Harry
closest
Potter.
thing.
That would work, but
All right.
no, let's not.
Yeah. All right. So you cast, they're all trans. You cast them all
Yeah, they're all
trans.
trans.
Okay, now I'm back on board.
Yeah.
That'd
That'd be so funny if, like, just like as soon as we saw, if I was just like, yeah, by the way, like, I'm a huge Harry Potter fan. That's it. And I was like, I just, draw from that what you will.
Yeah.
No, that actually like really sucks what she did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sucks. She's
She's
a
awful.
platform and stuff.
continues to do.
Yeah, true. Of course.
Yeah, it's
This
like a
isn't
bunch of
news.
times.
This was a bit more bald-faced than before, but it was always pretty there, right?
That was always bad.
It's never really in the books.
Hmm.
Let me think about it.
I mean, you could probably go back and read them.
Well, people
We've
did and
made
said
this
that
argument on the pod
Polyjuice
before.
Potion and
Yeah, we've made this argument
Oh,
on the
yeah.
pod before, is that a world where magic exists is one where transgenderism wouldn't exist because you could just magic me up a pussy.
that's true.
Like-
We could just
Damn.
man.
We are
I've had someone
smart.
magic me up a pussy, but not on me. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Maybe put it on
Yeah,
Jamie.
maybe get out of my dreams and into my car.
Oh dear.
Yeah, that's me talking to the guy playing Luke Skywalker.
Here's the thing we could do.
Get out of
Maybe.
Get out of my
Because this
dreams.
is supposed to be, we'll just tell you, Mother, we edited all this podcast about teen sex.
American
comedies.
Pie.
American Pie.
Oh,
Yeah, Muppets
I like
Muppets
that.
That
American
means
Pie.
Good, right?
Kermit's Jim.
Yeah, Kermit's got to be Jim.
Well, yeah, okay. Kermit's,
But does that
Kermit's
make-
a great
or
Jim. No, Kermit's a good Jim.
But does that make Miss Piggy Nadia or does that make Miss Piggy Willow?
Who was the?
Miss Piggy's Michelle.
Michelle.
Yeah.
Has
All
to
right.
be.
How-
So she's a sex freak, which appeals to Hastings.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hastings
Who?
gonna go beat off.
This is like this is an American Pie point more than a Muppets point. But who in? I'm just trying to in American Pie. I know Jim gets the most time and the most dialogue and is the he's the main character. But is it his arc? Does he have? Is he the most? Like is the arc of the story best told through him?
I'd argue.
Who changes the most?
I'd argue
Who changes
that
the most?
I'd argue that the arc, like, obviously it's meant to be an ensemble piece, but you'd argue that the biggest arc goes to Oz.
I was thinking Oz too.
Like Oz changes from kind of a sensitive jackass into just like a nice guy.
yeah. The other guys kind of figured
Yeah.
little things out here and there about dating and relationships, whereas he like made a permanent life change. Like
Yeah.
he became a
Like,
better.
Oz is
he
like-
became like a better person.
Like Oz is
Yeah.
like an ideal, like
Yeah.
a teenage boy that becomes
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
Jim just kind of has a bit of dumb luck.
yeah.
Where he's just like there talking to the girl who's just like, hey, let's fuck.
yeah.
Wait,
good on
what?
him.
Jim, I think.
Well, it's
also-
crazy how much that works.
Yeah.
like really, like
and like Kevin kind of like is nothing.
yeah, agreed. What's he? He's got to learn to not care if he gets laid, so he can get laid. I guess.
Stifler gets a lot of screen time, but there's not really much of an arc.
Stifler doesn't get arcs until 2.
Well,
on
Stifler's
onwards.
not the main character.
Yeah,
he's an
Stifler's
antagonist.
just a.
Yeah.
In terms of like function, he's not a bad guy, but he's an antagonist.
In
He
which
wouldn't be
case-
called a straight out antagonist though. It'd be like a what do they say? It's like a deuteragonist or something.
Yeah,
where
I
it's
think
like
so.
someone
Yeah,
who's
yeah,
like.
yeah. I know. It's
I'm probably pronouncing that wrong.
He's kind of
but,
like more like a. He's more like a.
He's a dude and an agonist.
Yeah.
I know. He
Which-
he causes problems, but he doesn't oppose.
Yeah.
Well, which
Yeah,
Muppet
yeah.
is him
He's an
then?
obstacle.
If
The Stiffmeister.
yeah,
Probably Gonzo.
because I would have said no,
Gonzo's
but
not cool.
yeah, Gonzo's like
Oh,
real
Gonzo's Finch.
goofy.
Yes, Gonzo.
yeah,
is Finch.
Gonzo is Finch.
Yeah, Jim's Kermit. That makes a lot of sense.
Fozzie, I think, is maybe
Fozzie's
Animal Stiffmeister.
Yeah, yeah. Fozzie's Oz, right? Because it's like,
I would have said Oz or Kevin.
but he's a performer,
Yeah,
which Oz is a performer.
That's
by
true.
the end of
True
it.
that.
who's
Kevin would be that new Muppet that got made in the
Walter.
Yeah, it'd be
Yeah.
Walter.
I was
Kevin,
gonna say that.
just forgettable.
Who would be Finch then?
Finch would be. Didn't we just do Finch?
Gonzo.
Yeah, Gonzo's Finch.
Oh, right, yeah.
Interesting.
And then, like, you can probably get the rest of the women to be played by male Muppets, I suppose.
Yeah. Yeah, it is illuminating how few female characters there are in media by
They're
how
trans
easy it is
Muppets.
to cast the Muppets. Lots of people would have, like, that has, like, 2 female characters, I think, in the Muppets.
The Muppets only has
There's a
one
couple.
female character,
There's
right?
the Janis Joplin one.
Oh, right.
There's one.
Isn't there a
main
couple
one.
more?
Like, in terms of, like, main core cover of the DVD, I think there's, 1, maybe 2.
Yeah.
Well, Miss Piggy's the only one that really gets it.
Front-
Yeah,
amount
she's,
of-
like, the only one that counts. Like,
I guess you could, like, argue that, like, Gonzo doesn't
And not
really-
one trans character in the Muppets.
Gonzo's kind of, like, non-binary.
that's true.
That's true.
Also,
I mean, a lot of them could be. It's just their voice that like suggests that
Well,
maybe they're male.
frogs can be male or female, is that right?
Yeah.
yeah.
So, but Gonzo's just, like, non-binary. Like, Gonzo doesn't have
I
a
think
defined
Gonzo has a
gender.
gender.
Did you just assume Gonzo's gender?
Yeah, dude. Is Gonzo based on Hunter S. Thompson because of the Gonzo connection?
I don't think so.
Doesn't he wear the similar shirt? No,
Oh, yeah,
it's only in,
maybe.
like one thing.
It would have been like
A nod
it
to.
would have been a thing before like Gonzo journalism, like the
When did the
term
Muppets were
got
70s? Gonzo journalism was the 60s. wasn't
Yeah.
it?
was it?
Yeah, I think so. Gonzo's a cool name.
It's so
It
funny that
is.
I'm the only one on the podcast who doesn't have a journalism degree. I always forget that.
Is it?
Yeah.
We gotta do another episode.
Yeah, let's wrap this up.
Okay.
Come to Powerbomb Comedy every
Kind of album
Friday.
comedy when it starts back up.
I have a gig to plug.
Go on.
I'm hosting at the Lewisham Hotel at Crown Comedy the day this episode gets released. Come on down.
It'll actually be.
Yeah, that
the
actually might not
day-
happen.
Yeah, we've been informed that our stupid host won't let us upload an episode till Friday, so you probably will have already crushed.
All right.
Yeah.
Damn.
In which case, we're sorry that
You
yet
missed
another episode didn't go up on time.
Crown
Ma-
Comedy, you should go. It's actually a good time to check out like great comedians doing like horrible shit. It's awesome. Like you'll see good comedians for free.
Just go to comedy.
Yeah, just go to
Go
comedy.
see
dude.
comedy.
I would love for comedy to be back.
Yeah. Follow me on social media, Rose Alice Piper on Twitter and Instagram. Follow us on social media. I think we're We Ate It All Podcast on Instagram. We're We Ate It All Pod on Twitter.
All right, we done?
I guess so. To the next step.
To the next step.
Ha ha! I love you.
Good night, Kermit.